Zaxby's just out-Phillied the Philly again. The Zaxby's Chicken Philly is back. With garlic aioli, sauteed peppers and onions, decadent melty cheese, and your choice of Zaxby's signature crispy chicken fingers or delicious grilled chicken. But it's only back for a limited time, so enjoy it while you can. No pressure. It's just the greatest sandwich of all time on a ticking clock. Order the Chicken Philly today. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's.
But they're no longer G&H Properties. This is Gordy Kosfeld. Royal Ross is with me here at Jana's Market. Oh my, all the delicious food that I get out of this place. I had a great holiday gift from a listener of a $50 Chamber Bucks certificate from the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. And I'm hoping I can use that baby down here today.
I am willing to bet that you can. Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Gordy, I noticed you opened this up with a little polka here. You know what? That would make my former, current, but passed away, father-in-law and mother-in-law very, very happy.
They were polka people.
I bet they are polka dancing in heaven right now.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Francis and Bernie, enjoy your polka up there.
Yeah, no, that timed out perfect for the coaches show, so that's why I dropped it in there.
Perfect.
Last night did a very good high school girls basketball game. Janesville, Waldorf Pembroke, a very good team. They've only lost twice to state-ranked teams. They're now 9-2 after beating Bethlehem Academy last night in Janesville. 38-36 was the final score.
Nice.
Cardinals had a shot.
Good battle.
Three-pointer would have won the game at the buzzer, but they didn't. They only had a couple seconds to try and get a shot off.
All right. Well, you've already mentioned Jana's Marketplace. That is where we are live in the back studio at Jana's Marketplace.
The fireplace room.
Yeah, the fireplace room. So stop on down if you're interested in youth activities, because we used to be the Faribault Coaches Show, and now we're the Youth Activities Show, which
the Faribault Spotlight on Youth.
Spotlight on Youth, which is a little more accurate because, we've always broadened it out past sports, invited the debate team or, robotics team or anybody that's involved in youth activities. So I congratulate you or give you a shake of my head to the idea of changing up the title just a little bit. So,
it's still the coaches show on the website, but
yeah, and in all honesty,
that's what people look for.
Yeah, and in all honesty, if I call a coach or a player, I still say, "Would you like to be in the coaches show?" Because there's some tradition there. But
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we are located live at Jana's Marketplace, and Jana's Marketplace is just a great place for terrific meals. I'm going to focus just a little bit on the stuff that we don't talk about much anymore. We mentioned their breads, but specifically down here, she has some really unique artisan breads. Cranberry wild rice bread, multi-grain bread, sourdough bread. I think you have a favorite of one of those, don't you?
Well, I like any bread. There's not a bread that I don't like.
That is true.
But cranberry wild rice is... or maybe it's not wild rice, it's cranberry bread. The cranberry bread, when you put turkey on it, it's so good.
And what is your favorite pico tuna sandwich on?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's on their 8-grain.
Yeah, I think that's on
bread.
Whole wheat. Yeah. Or, I don't mean whole grain.
They're 8-grain bread.
Yeah. Anyway, they have some great breads down here, pre-sliced, so you can come down and buy a small loaf of it and take it home. The other thing that Jana has that we haven't talked about is they have some terrific wraps down here. I mean, everybody nowadays seems to be wrap crazy. And this is WRAP, not RAP, as in the music style wrap. This is wrap, WRAP. Turkey bacon ranch wrap, chicken fajita wrap, honey mustard turkey wrap, chicken Caesar wrap, buffalo chicken wrap, and a Thai chili chicken wrap. And there's also one that I didn't get a picture of that was gluten-free option. So, folks, if you like wraps, and those seems to be the popular thing right now, come on down to Jana's Marketplace and pick up a wrap to go home, or sit down and eat one here and enjoy it, and take a lasagna or a tater tot hot dish home. Pop it in the microwave over the weekend or during the week for a quick meal, and enjoy them at home or at office. So, folks, come on down to Jana's Marketplace and check us out. Again, if you're in the studio, if you're in the building, stop by our mock studio here and say hi to me and Gordy. We'd love to say hi to you, and we might let you say hello to us on the air. So, we are going to talk a little bit of sports now today. So, Gordy, I don't know if you know anything about Faribault boys hockey, but
yeah, they lost 9-0 at Albert Lee the other day.
Yeah, but
so we don't want to talk about that.
No. Before that, though, they were having some nice success. Last Thursday, they were involved in the Wyndham Holiday Classic. They ended up winning the Wyndham Holiday Classic. They beat Worthington in the first round 10-4. Hat tricks by Tommy Coons.
Yeah, they had 3 hat tricks.
Yeah, Tommy Coons, R.J. Wazalowski, and Nick Archambault. Second round, they tied Wyndham 4-4. And in the championship, or third round, they beat Bloomington Kennedy 8-7 with another hat trick by Nick Archambault. So, that's the only result I have. I think they played again either at the end of this week or maybe even today. But they
lost to Albert Lee.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Yep.
9-0 in Albert Lee, and they don't play today.
Okay. No.
Yeah, so they could come down here, and they've been invited. When I did the game in Owatonna, I said, come on, bring some guys.
Yeah, we'd love to talk to hockey players.
Friesen, the BA coach.
Welcome, Ed.
Ed's the boys coach for the Bethlehem Academy Cardinals. And what's your official title now? You're the co-superintendent or something?
Interim co-head of school.
Yeah, co-head of school. Well, that's a pretty cool deal. You're talking to the head honcho here.
Also, the future namesake of the Friesen ice skating rink at Viaduct Park when he writes out that big fat check for naming rights. Friesen Park. Friesen ice rink. How could it be better than that?
It's on Royal's agenda, but it's not on mine.
Come on, Friesen ice rink. How could it be better than that?
It has a nice ring to it.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be cool.
Well, if I get royalties, but...
Well, you might. We could maybe work something out.
You could do it in honor of your parents.
Yeah.
Did you have a good holiday season and a good New Year?
Yeah, the holidays were good. Yeah, it's always, it's always good to spend time with family and, just being in education, obviously you get a little bit of time off, which is also nice.
Yep.
And, and the weather was pretty decent, for the most part. So, yeah, enjoyable break.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And more and more coaches, Ed, I've noticed, are not doing the tournament thing over the holiday break. They're taking the holiday break for a break. They get more practice time in because, sometimes you have 3-4 games in a week.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough thing to do, and like this year, just where Christmas and New Year's fall with them being, a Wednesday, that makes scheduling, some tournaments just a little bit, more difficult. If you're trying to get a 26 game schedule, being able to schedule some games over the holiday break makes it easier, because if you don't play over the holiday break, you try and play 26 games, then you're going to have several three game weeks. And we actually cut back on our schedule. We don't have a full 26 game schedule. We valued having a little bit extra time for practice, and I think a 24 game schedule would be pretty decent, But, when I started, we could only play 22 games, so.
Well, when I was a kid, we played 20.
Yep.
So, Gordy, do you mind if, before we get deep into it with Ed, if I give everybody an update on a current, in-progress competition?
Oh, yeah, the archery, yeah. Sure.
Yes,
absolutely. Archery
is going on right now at Faribault Senior High School. They started at 8 a.m. which I don't know why people start at 8 a.m. for tournaments, but we can talk to Ed about that. But that's
trying to get this sleep
tremendously early. But anyway, 8 a.m. they started archery at Faribault Senior High School, and Miss Shiloh Bongers, she was on our radio show a couple of times last year to tell us about archery, and she had her coach on. She is the young lady that went to nationals in just her second year of archery. So, in progress update here, Miss Shiloh Bongers, who I believe is a sophomore this year, 9th grade girls rank first, high school rank first, overall girls rank first with a score of 282. Now, the second place girl is Amanda Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, I don't know what school she is from, but she is the high 10th grader and the third high school rank and the third overall girls rank. So I'm not sure
how many teams
who was two. I don't know. I don't know that much about it, and I did not get a chance to stop out there. But hopefully we can get Shiloh back in here next weekend to tell us about that. But so far, after one round, she is in first place, as she should be. So congratulations so far.
Yeah, way to go,
Shiloh.
Shiloh.
But you're not done yet, so good luck. Finish strong. All right. Now we can take it over, and we can probably finish the show with that.
So how's the school part of your job working out there, Ed?
There are days where it gets exhausting. And in fact, that's actually one of the things that, as much as, talking about, having a break, over the holidays, you're still doing a lot of work. So, and so one of the things that I've been working on actually is our second semester, class schedule and had, a couple of requests from teachers as far as some things to be scheduled differently from first semester, and then you run into, the challenge of a small school is that you have a lot of, courses where there's only, one section of the course or whatever it may be, and, so then ran into a conflict that in order to make this work, I need to move this teacher's class. Okay, now how does this work with the students if I move this class to a different class period? And, so still working on resolving some of those issues. But, Chris Sauer, who is the other interim coach at school, she stopped into my office yesterday and she just saw me staring at my computer screen and she said, you've been staring at that screen a lot. I go, yep, because as soon as I get an idea and I start working on it, I get a different problem. And so then you start staring at it again, or you get up and go for a walk around the school or whatever it is to clear your head.
You'd rather do X's and O's in basketball than that, I assume.
Yeah, it's the same. You're solving a puzzle, right? And
I would say it's a 3D puzzle. Those scheduling things. I think they're more of a 3D puzzle because, boy, there's a lot of pieces to those.
There can be, and the more constraints you have on it, the more challenges that you end up getting. This teacher is a part-time teacher and they're only in the building for periods 1 and 2. So that means these classes have to be here and so on. So that, but it is, I do like scheduling. I do the Gopher Conference master schedule for games and so on. And so it's always fun trying to, when you do get something and it's like, okay, I know I got this request here. How can I make this work? It does cause you to pull out some of your hair, right? And I don't have a whole lot of hair to pull out.
I was going to say, how do you get a good grip on that?
Yeah. So, and it's been, like with this class scheduling stuff, it's been a good learning experience, myself, for, doing it for this school year, because it's the first. I've been involved with the scheduling process in the past, but, a lot of the dirty work had been done by other staff members, and I just had to push the buttons in the student information system on the computer to make it all work. So doing that dirty work has been, educational.
Yeah. I know you guys have struggled a bit on the basketball side of things, but you're very young, very young.
Yeah. I mean, we are young. When we were over at Triton, I made that comment to their coach that, we're kind of young, and he turned to me and said, "Kinda? You're really young." And,
and he's got a young team.
Yeah. And I guess you're right. And that's, that's what shows up here for us. We've had 4 games, where we just haven't been able to match up with the other team. And we've had 3 games where, maybe, get a few things go this way or whatever, you could come up with it, but, we lost those games as well. Thursday night against Mabel Canton, for instance, was started off as a back and forth game. I think we had like a 15-12 lead, and then it was 18-18, and then we stopped scoring. And Mabel Canton they were scoring, and they had 8 3-pointers for the game, and they were all in the first half. And so we're trailing by 19 at halftime. And then things reverse. We come out and start the second half, and we were hot and got it down to a 4-point game, and then we stopped scoring.
That's a great comeback, though.
Yeah, it was really some of the best offense that we've had all season, and it was multiple players scoring, good shot selection, good job finding open people, good ball movement. It was really fun to watch. There was one point that was kind of funny in the game. Hayden Dillon got a steal, and Caden Dockestool is in the corner calling for the ball to shoot for 3, and Hayden saw Brecken Kaderlich underneath the hoop and made a really good pass to Brecken for the layup, and Caden, and it was a and 1 play for Brecken, and Caden walks over to Hayden and said, "Hey, thanks for not listening to me. That was a great pass," So that was, it was a fun stretch there. But, like I said, we're young, and so we have our inconsistencies, and that's kind of what showed up there. We're making shots, and now we're inconsistent. We're not making shots, or whatever it may be. So, and that's, when you miss shots and then you throw in turnovers, if you're coming up empty on the offensive end, it's hard to stay with the other team.
Yeah, and in basketball, you're not going to be a good shooter if you don't do it year round.
Yeah, and there's a lot to that, because it's not just shooting, right? Because you could be spending an hour in the gym shooting, or out in the driveway shooting, but if all you're shooting are misses, that's not working either, right? You have to do some fundamental form shooting. We don't do this enough during the season, but we have what we call a swish drill, which is just your shooting hand on the ball, and you're just a couple of feet from the hoop, and you're just working on shooting form and working on getting, say, 10 swishes in a row, and then you go step to another spot, just working on developing that eye contact with the rim, and that touch, and the arch, and the right backspin, and those kind of things.
And I would guess that the next step after that would be then shooting with somebody's hand in your face.
Well, eventually, eventually.
You have to simulate that too.
Yep. Well, but the biggest thing that I think, as a shooter, as you go, through the season, or as your career goes is, when you're playing 8th grade basketball, you're playing 9th grade basketball, and then you move the JV, and then you move the varsity. One of the biggest things is just making your decisions quickly. You have to get your shot off quicker, as you get to a higher level. And so sometimes that can be a challenge, especially like, in our case where you're a young team, and you catch the ball thinking you're going to have a shot, but when you're playing varsity, if you don't catch the ball, the mindset that you're shooting right away, that defender is back on you, and so it's those quick decisions that you have to learn to be able to make.
Now, I know what you're saying about the shooting drill and the swishing, but you had a young man, now I can't remember his first name, Simmons, you had
Justin,
who used the glass all the time. I used to call him I love guys who use the window. There's the reason the backboard's up there.
Yeah. Justin and, we talked actually one of our practices here over break, one day, I was talking to a team. I said, guys, we're all right around, this 5'10" to 6 foot, 6'1" range. When we get the ball in the paint area and you got some taller people, that bank shot off the backboard, that can be your friend. And we talked about Justin Simmons and how effective he was as far, he had a great, post up and then turn around, bank shot jumper that was just really great.
Yep.
And then, a few days later, Justin, came in to practice with us. So that's one of the things that's also fun during Christmas break is when you get some of your alumni back in the gym to practice with you and offer their pointers and just be some different competition. And so the day that most of our alumni came back, we had 11, 12 alums, ranging from the class of 2013 to the class of 2024 in the gym to scrimmage with us. So and that was a fun day.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Did they win, the alumni?
We don't keep score, but
come on, I bet somebody does. I don't know if it'd be the alumni or the kids, but somebody is keeping score.
Yeah, somebody's probably keeping score. But it was fun it was really fun to watch the alumni play. So after the.
Well, now you're an alumni. You could have played.
Oh,
or did you?
I did not. No, I did not. I'll be honest. I've been having knee issues here for a while, and so even like last night, just standing and pacing the sideline during a game. After the game, I'm good during the game, but then once I sit down or whatever, if I get up to go walk, it's a struggle. So
okay. New rule for next year's alumni game: you can tag somebody in on a free throw. No, you can tag somebody in for a free throw.
Tag somebody in for a free throw. Yeah, so, that might work.
If there's somebody gets fouled, there's a free throw. A player gets fouled, there's a free throw. You'd get to tag in to shoot the free throws and then, bring the other guy back. But
well, or
new rule.
Or I can work on sticking to my diet and
oh, come on, which one's going to be easier here, Ed?
The tag for the free throw is going to be easier.
Yeah, let's be realistic.
But that's kind of what I've noticed is that, if I've had a day or two where I've, drank pop and eat some other things that aren't good for me, those are the days where I tend to have more issues with my knees. And if I eat healthier, then I don't have the swelling issues that I have in my knees.
Have you noticed that, Royal?
But are those days when you drink pop and eat unhealthy food, are you happier? That's the question.
I'm always happy.
Yeah, I can see that because, you always do have a smile on your face.
So how's the archery going?
I haven't got another update yet. But,
okay. Somebody's texting you this information.
Yes. I have.
I thought maybe you were on a website.
I have a not a spy, what would you call it? I have an inside contact.
Scout.
That is there and texting me some results, and I asked her to text me before 10:30 if there was an update.
Do you have a lot of advanced college courses at BA? Because it is a small school.
We do. We have 3 classes that are college in the schools classes from the University of Minnesota, so you actually get University of Minnesota credit. So the Calculus 1 class that I teach, we have a U.S. history class that Dave Wallin teaches. That's for University of Minnesota credit, and it's a long title. It's physiology and medical devices, something or other that Brent Zabel teaches. So we have those 3 classes for credit from the University of Minnesota. And then we also have several AP courses available to students too.
And they didn't have that when you were in school, I would guess.
No, they did not. Yeah, in fact, then there's a lot of students that do, PSEO too. And I believe PSEO started when I was a senior.
Okay.
And I like to talk that's kind of how I became valedictorian, because the girl who was ahead of me in GPA, she actually transferred to Faribault High School as a senior to be able to take PSEO courses, because at the time you had to be a public school student to do PSEO.
Okay. Hey guys, can we kind of wrap this up? We've only got about 2 minutes left, and I'd like to hit a couple of other sports. I don't mean to rush Ed, but
that's all right.
The more sports, the better in my mind. Do you mind wrapping it up, Ed?
Yep, I'm good.
I thank you incredibly enough to come down and take your time and be with us. I thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. We got a couple more home games coming up this week. Tuesday night against Kenyon, that'll be a tough game, and Thursday night with
Goodhue. That'll be on the radio.
And
I think that'll be on the radio too.
Yeah, so bring us good luck, Gordy.
Well, I don't know about that, but we'll have fun doing it. I know that.
Yep. Well, thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. But since we're talking basketball here, like I said, the more sports, the better, and get some other players' names out there and stuff. The Falcons girl basketball team has been doing very well lately for the Falcons. They beat Simley 46-23 to pick up their 4th win of the season about a week ago, led by sophomore guard Amira Williams with 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists, and Kylie Birkin with 12 points. And then they turned around, beat Winona 69-45 for their 2nd straight win to improve to 5-8. And in that game, Amira Williams scored 31 points. And I'd like to give them a shout out, because their 5 wins has already surpassed their win total from last year, and I'm not sure, but it might have surpassed their win totals for the last couple of years. So good job to them. And then the Faribault Falcon boys basketball continues to be one of the hottest teams around. On Thursday,
they're playing at 11:30 this morning at Casson Manorville High School against Park of Cottage Grove, a state tournament caliber team. Ooh. I saw them in Winona on Thursday night, and their defense was so fun to watch. Man, oh man, do they get after it on defense.
Yeah, on Thursday night, like you said, in Winona, they beat Winona 77-61 for their 4th win in a row. And are now 6-1 on the season, so good job. And then one other thing I want to throw out there for a youth activity, Jefferson Ice Rink and Warming House is set to open Monday, January 6th. The weekday hours are 4 to 9 p.m. The weekend hours are 12 to 9 p.m. So parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, bigs, whatever you are, get the youth out. Go to Jefferson Ice Rink and spend some time with them. So with that, I will talk a little bit about Trek Properties. I am Royal Ross with Trek Properties, full-service real estate company located in beautiful downtown Faribault in the Depot Square building across from the post office. Again, Royal Ross, homeowner association manager and retailer with Trek Properties.
South Central, which is the Faribault girls with Waseca in girls hockey, lost the other day 4-1. So it's another sport we could update there.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the update. So, you have a great week, Gordy.
Yep, Carlton doubleheader this afternoon. Ladies, gentlemen, we get underway at 12:45 right here on KDHL at Carlton. They host Augsburg.
The best New Year's deals are happening now at Tanger Outlets. Celebrate with up to 70% off savings from Nike Factory Store, Coach, Michael Kors, Under Armour, Polo Ralph Lauren, Kate Spade New York, and so many more. From activewear to accessories, beauty and apparel. Find everything you're looking for to kickstart the new year. The clock is ticking. Hurry into Tanger Outlets to save more. Hundreds of brands, unbeatable value. Plan your trip at Tanger.com.